If you've made the same New Year's resolution for the last 5 years, if you feel busy but not fulfilled, and if deep down you think, maybe I'm just not built for success, this video is for you. We live in a world that sells us a hustle culture dream, promising that if we just buy the right planner or wake up at 5:00 a.m., our lives will magically fix themselves. But you've tried that. You've had the bursts of motivation that last 3 days and then leave you feeling more defeated than when you started. Because today, we're not talking about motivation. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. We're talking about the uncomfortable truth about success, habits, relationships, and the quiet loneliness nobody warns you about. We are going beneath the surface to look at why you are actually stuck. Choosing a productive New Year's resolution. Every year, people say the same empty phrases. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to get disciplined. I'm going to change my life. But here's the problem. Goals don't change people. Identity does. A goal is something you try to reach. An identity is who you are. When you set a goal like go to the gym, you're treating it like a chore. That's weak. It's negotiable. On the days you're tired, you'll skip it. If your resolution instead is, I am the kind of person who keeps promises to himself, that changes everything. Now, it's not about the workout, it's about your integrity. If you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you are actively training your brain to stop trusting you. Real success starts with the radical decision to become a person who does what they say they are going to do, no matter how small the task is. The real thing you should be doing. Most people don't lack time. We all have the same 24 hours. What people lack is honesty. We tell ourselves we're winding down or staying informed, but we need to call it what it is. Scrolling, binge, watching, late nights in front of a screen. It's not entertainment. It's escape. It is a slow, digital numbing of the mind. We use these things as an escape from discomfort, escape from the weight of responsibility. Most importantly, it's an escape from asking the hard questions that keep us awake at night. Questions like, am I actually proud of the life I'm building? Or, if I died today, would I be satisfied with how I spent my last week? If the answer is no, no amount of Netflix will fix that. You have to stop running and start looking at the reality of your situation. The I'll be enough when lie. We've all been conditioned to believe in the arrival fallacy. We tell ourselves, I'll be confident when I make more money. I'll be happy when I'm finally in a relationship. I'll respect myself when others finally respect me. I'm telling you now, that day never comes. Because if you don't feel enough now, no achievement will fix that. You think money or status will fill the hole, but it actually just makes the hole more visible. Success doesn't cure insecurity. It reveals it. It magnifies it. If you are an insecure person and you become famous, you just become an insecure person with a spotlight on you. You have to find a way to build self-respect in the trenches while you're still nobody, because that is the only foundation that can hold the weight of future success. How society defines success. Look at your feed. We celebrate money. We celebrate followers. We celebrate status symbols and hustle. But we ignore the real indicators of success, the ones that actually determine the quality of your life. Can you sleep peacefully at night without needing a drink or a pill to shut your brain off? When you look in the mirror, do you respect the man looking back at you? Or do you see a performer? Can you sit alone in a silent room for 30 minutes without needing noise, a phone, or a distraction? That is real success. It's the internal quiet. It's the success that nobody posts online because you can't photograph a peaceful soul. The hidden and hurtful metrics of success in every social setting. The script is the same. People constantly ask, what do you do? How much do you make? What's next on the ladder for you? Notice how almost no one asks, are you okay? Are you burnt out? Are you actually happy with the path you're on? Society treats humans like machines valued only by their output. And under this constant pressure to produce, people start performing life instead of living it. They build a successful life that they actually hate living. They become a character in their own story rather than the author. Alcohol, habits, and escaping pain, we spend so much time fighting our vices. But listen closely, alcohol isn't the problem. Overeating isn't the problem. Bad habits aren't the primary problem. They are symptoms. They are the bandages we wrap around a wound we refuse to look at. If you're not emotionally okay, if you feel empty, unloved, or purposeless, you will not choose healthy habits because your brain is seeking immediate survival. You don't fix habits by sheer willpower alone. Willpower is a finite resource. You fix habits by fixing what you're running from. You have to address the pain, the trauma, or the boredom that makes the bad habit feel like a necessity. Burnout, anxiety, and imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're hitting a wall, understand this. Burnout doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you aren't cut out for this. It means you've been strong for too long without recovery. Even the best engines need oil changes. And that voice in your head telling you you're a fraud, that imposter syndrome, that's not a flaw. That is exactly what growth feels like. It's the friction of leaving your comfort zone. If you never felt like an imposter, it would mean you're staying in the same safe circle you've always been in. To grow is to be uncomfortable. Procrastination, only 2 real reasons. Stop calling yourself lazy. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's an emotional regulation problem. It usually comes from only 2 deep-seated fears. First, the fear of failing, the idea that if you try your best and fail, it means you are a failure. Second, the fear of succeeding and being exposed, the fear that if you actually make it, the pressure will be too much and people will see you aren't perfect. Both of these fears mean the same thing. You care. You aren't lazy. You're scared because the work matters to you. Acknowledge the fear and do it anyway. Loneliness, dating, and being a good man. There is a season that every man must walk through, and it's the lonely chapter. This is the period where the phone stops ringing, the friends drift away, and there is no clarity and no applause. Most men try to numb this phase with cheap dopamine porn, video games, or casual dating. But the men who don't numb it, the ones who sit with the silence, learn from it, and grow in the dark, those are the men who become stable partners, strong leaders, and grounded humans. The most attractive trait a man can have isn't his looks or the car he drives. It is psychological stability. It's the ability to be a rock when the world is shaking. You only build that stability by surviving the lonely chapter. Final truth, don't wait. The biggest lie we tell ourselves, the one that kills more dreams than failure ever will, is, once this happens, I'll start. Once I have more money, once the kids are older, once I feel ready. Start now. You will never feel ready. Problems aren't a bug in life, they are the feature. There will always be a problem. Happiness isn't found in the big, loud moments of achievement. It's found in the small, quiet wins that most people ignore. The morning you actually got up, the moment you chose water over soda, the hour you spent working instead of scrolling. Those are the bricks that build a life. If this video hit you, if it felt like a mirror was being held up to your life, share it with someone who's silently struggling. We all know someone who is putting on a brave face while they are drowning. And I want you to make a commitment right now. Comment this below. I choose growth over comfort. Write it down, mean it, because the world doesn't need more successful people who are hollow inside. It needs healthy ones. It needs you to be whole.